So it's come to my attention that some of you guys want to date a Gemini. Oh boy. Here's a tip for you guys. It is not uncommon for a Gemini to feel hot one moment, cold the next, okay? Don't let that throw you off. There is something about a Gemini that they will bring you really close. They will smother you with some love, kisses, words, whatever their love language is, whatever their way of showing affection is, they will give you an abundance of it. Like you will never feel love like you have felt love from a Gemini. Like you ain't never had a friend like a Gemini. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that kind of relationship. And then another version of them will step forward, and that version needs some space. We need some goddamn space up in here. All right, it's sort of like this. Listen to this guy.
No, I don't think you understand. I want to date you. I want to hang out and eat junk food and watch bad movies and just open myself up to you emotionally, physically, all of that. But I also want you to leave me alone.
Okay, and so don't be surprised if you have a Gemini who maybe wants separate bathrooms, separate sleeping quarters, separate homes in some cases. Sometimes there are Geminis who don't mind living across state lines from their lovers. They just don't mind it. I know for me in particular, I always tell people like, I would like acres of land, and then like we have a big house, and then we have my tiny house, which I've pushed a little bit into the forest, into the woods. A ways away from the big house. You know what I mean? Like a Gemini has mastered living separate but together. That's what I want to say. A Gemini typically has mastered being together with people but also separate. So this is something that will show up in relationships for sure, especially romantic sexual relationships, because a Gemini doesn't have the opportunity to get away from their live-in partner, and so they may need to push you away while you can still see them. They still need like some semblance of space. All right. And so that could be very confusing for some people who interpret space as like they don't like you, they're mad at you. That might not be the problem. Really, a Gemini could be mad at you sitting right in your face talking to you. While y'all talking, they could be mad at you. So space is not an indication that a Gemini is mad at you. At least that's my point of view. A Gemini needs space because one version of them, or a few versions of them, need space. Where another version of them might be clingy, the other version of them may be distant, a hermit. And then don't let you have yourself a Gemini who is also an introvert who needs to recharge their social batteries in private. You might as well just schedule dinner, schedule date night, schedule the like, yeah, you're gonna need to really be able to interpret your Gemini's hot and coldness. But I will say this: do not misinterpret that hot and coldness. If you want to know how Gemini feels about you, you can ask them. It's not to say that in every situation they will tell you the whole truth, but they will give you an idea of what's going on. So if you say, "Hey, you upset with me?" They might say, "No, I just need some space. No, I had a long day at work. I don't want to think. I don't want to talk. I don't want anybody needing me. No, I'm just thinking. I just need to think in my private by myself with nobody wondering what I'm thinking about." They may give you like a little quick and dirty answer, but for the most part, it's probably best that you just start studying your Gemini. Just start studying them, so that you recognize that, okay, they take space after they come from the grocery store. Oh, they take space after they come from work. Oh, they take space after they've been with the kids all day. They take space after we went away for the weekend and now we came back and like they need some space. Like, just start paying attention. And you will be able to recognize some type of patterns. The issue is that different versions of the same Gemini have different patterns. And so somebody said that you were interested in dating a Gemini. And I think it's a beautiful thing to date a Gemini. I also think that you need to understand that dating a Gemini is not for the faint of heart. All right, it's not for the weak. It's for somebody who does not mind a little challenge, has a good attention to detail. Somebody who is patient should date a Gemini, and someone who doesn't mind, dating a new person each day, or each week or something like that. Somebody who doesn't mind the versatility. Somebody who has their own life. Oh my gosh, if you have your own life, your own social life, you have friends, you have other people who can occupy your time, you'll be great with a Gemini, because that Gemini does not need to be your end all be all. That Gemini doesn't need to be like your entertainment. They don't have to be your only friend that you tell everything to. Like, y'all gonna do great. But if you don't have a lot of friends, and you don't talk to a lot of people, and you want that Gemini to be on all the time, always at your beck and call, that's not going to work for y'all. That's not going to work. This is not going to be a long-term relationship. All right. Because the Gemini needs to have the ability to flip-flop. So they need to be able to be very present, very doting, very, love on you, kiss on you. And then they need the option to be alone, doing nothing but whatever they want to do without anybody else commenting about it or making it a thing when it's not a thing, So your homework. Let's talk about some homework. Your homework, if you're dating a Gemini and you have problem with that, like, I want to date you, I like you, but I want to be alone. You need to make a list of things you can do by your damn self while your Gemini needs their alone time. And keep in mind that this alone time can range anywhere from a few hours to a few days. Okay, in extreme cases, a Gemini may need weeks to recharge their social batteries, or their whatever that is. They need time to recharge, or flip-flop personalities, whatever. So make you a list of things you can do, people you can call, places you can go, hobbies you can start, series you can binge, you know what I'm saying? Like meals you can, like, make you a list of things you can do to preoccupy your time when your Gemini needs some space, so that you don't overthink this, okay? So that you don't over smother them, because one thing a Gemini is going to do when they feel over smothered, especially when they need space and you're over smothering, is they're going to end the relationship. All right. See you guys tomorrow.